Raw Talent.
Hey, welcome back to the Raw Talent Motorsports YouTube channel. It's me, Sean, with Raw Talent Motorsports. We're doing another shop update. I haven't posted a video in a minute. I just have my daughter. She came July 24th, and life's been a lot different, a lot more busy. Got a lot more going on. So I just wanted to do a shop update, kind of show what we got going on in the shop right now. Got a lot of different cool rides in here right now. Some at different stages, some figuring out. We got the yellow CRX that we just did a video on. We're gonna take it to Hday and Famoso on September 20th and 21st. So this is grind week. I just have a couple other things to wrap up. We're gonna do a scatter shield. I'm rewiring the alternator power wire and just buttoning everything back up, put the harness back in, put the seats back in, get the lights all done, get the switches working for that. And hopefully we can go test this week. I hope that we can get some testing in one of these nights. I'm gonna probably fire most of it out today, and fix all the little, basically button it back up, because we're pretty much like 95% done with all the little stuff. It just came back from Dean Rock. He built us a underbelly pan so we can be compliant for the track. In case it blows up, send a rod, at least it'll catch the fluid. Got that going on this week. I got Justice's Chevelle. Can't wait to get this down, go over kind of what's going on in this thing, but we're putting a new transmission in this and retuning it. So we tuned this thing originally. We made like about 750 horsepower with 850 torque. The thing's a monster. It's probably one of the most fun cars that I've ever driven. So next off is the Daytona. That is gonna be, we just got a new clutch from it, from Clutch Masters. We were using a stock clutch with a 14-inch flex plate, pressure plate, and it just wasn't holding. It wasn't holding third gear and up. It would just, first and second, I pretty much think it just spun. And then we get to third gear and it kind of it revs out and doesn't go nowhere. And when I pulled the stock clutch off, there was some heat marks. It wasn't really bad yet because I didn't do it too many times, just on the test drives, just getting on it and it just not wanting to hold, especially when it gets warmed up. So we got the Clutch Masters clutch. That's gonna go in. We got 11-inch pressure plate now. Pretty much the same kind of stock-ish configuration, just a little bit upgraded. I think we got the FX 350 from them, which it's going to be quite better. Just hopefully it's not too aggressive, because we want to make it the drivability a lot more comfortable. But that's getting a new clutch, and then the motor's got to go back in for that. We got Derek's truck. Derek, I got the front end back on. I'll be going over in detail on a little bit later part of the video, but yeah, we got a bunch of stuff going on, a lot of stuff in and out, a lot of tunes that I've been doing recently. And yeah, just happy to have my daughter here and enjoying that part of life. Kind of slowing down a little bit on the working, but trying to balance the two is a challenge at the moment, as I'm a first-time dad. So luckily I have a great lady to support me on this part, so we are able to make it work, and I'm being pretty efficient. So yeah, it's a day in the life. This is Justice's 69 Chevelle SS. This is a Blueprint 427 LS with a 4080 trans. Built by the Streetcar Shop over in Guadalupe. I think they're in Paso Robles now, but they're the ones that originally put this together. So I originally tuned this thing. It made 740 horsepower with 850 torque. Thing's a monster. So what ended up happening is it originally had a Gear Star 480 in it, and it just too much for it. A little bit too much power for it. So they sent it back to them to get touched up. They ended up putting a Rossler 480 in it. And so, you know, Rossler kind of messed up and gave them they didn't put a tone wheel for the speed. So originally it had to be manually shifted, but we lost fourth gear. And we thought it was a failure just like the other trans, but this trans is supposed to be built to handle like 1500 horsepower or plus, whatever. And doesn't have fourth gear. So brought it down here. I've been going through the wiring, been testing the line pressure. Line pressure is great, but just when fourth gear, you can see the input shaft just fucking go to the moon. And you know, I've been in talks with Rossler. Mind you, it's been going on for a while. We're trying to figure this problem out. They get the shifter adjustments off, whatever, just going through everything, the wiring. I used a spare Terminator X ECU that I had, tried that, and yeah, no luck. So luckily Rossler was awesome and sent us out this, what they call a little black box. And basically what it does is it can run the trans basically full manual. This is how they make it full manual. You just have to supply 12 volts to that little red pin, and it makes it full manual. And there, you know, we're just kind of narrowing down, is it the trans or is it the wiring that's causing this problem? So got it, still same problem. So we're gonna pull that back, send it to Rossler. Hopefully they can figure out what's going on, because it's been a weird issue, and we're gonna put the Gear Star back in it, and then I'm gonna retune it. Hopefully this time I get better dyno results. I feel back at my old shop, the dyno power the power supply was really old. This building that I'm in was from early Lompoc days, so early 1900s. And so the power supply setup over there was not done very, at least up to what power we're trying to use with the dyno. So basically got the power done. We were having problems last time, basically with the dyno holding while we were making so much power. You know, down in the 600s, it was not so bad, but this thing makes so much torque at low end, the dyno would kind of freak out, and we were having problems with that. But you know, this car is probably one of the most fun cars I've ever driven. So we're just trying to get it back in rolling for him, since he's been having such a hell time with this. So yeah. So Derek's K10, we made a lot of progress on this. Got the motor in pretty much fully wired up engine wise. Just finishing some chassis stuff. I got some power lines for the fuel pumps that I need to run. I was gonna do a relay setup right here. I got the relay for the fans ready. Just got to put in the radiator and all that. Pretty much close to buttoned up on the wires, probably 90% there on this one until we first start it. I can't wait. This one's gonna be a badass 408 stroker built by us with a Whipple 2.3. We got the Grip Tech pulley. We got the Innovators West pulley kit, or the 8-rig kit. So she there, she ready. Get this broken in soon, but this is the progress we've made on this thing. Yep, you all know Mike's CRX. So to get it ready for Hday, we didn't have a overflow tank, added an overflow tank. We added an underbelly pan. That was done by Dean Rock. That's what I was talking about. oil catch. I changed the ignition system since the last video, so that's our new start-stop switch. We also got one on the back now. So the only thing left that I gotta do to this thing is we got a scatter shield. And then one thing that I haven't done is we took the harnesses were expired. So we're putting in new harnesses so I can final install the seats, final install the harnesses, I have to get the one part wired up that I hadn't done yet since we moved it. But the switch, the wiring's down there. I just have to unbolt that, put the wiring, ran it up to here. But yeah, we're almost done on this. Real soon we're gonna make some test hits. Real soon we're gonna take it to the track and we're gonna run 1050 index just to start and kind of see where we're at and just get our feet wet and hopefully have some fun. So we made some progress on Mike's car. So I added this kill switch. That's one thing that I gotta fix right now is I gotta redo the alternator power wiring, because I have the alternator power wiring to this fuse panel. And what happens is it's backfeeding while it's running and the kill switch isn't able to kill it, at least the outside kill switch. So this one right here kills power, but it's not right now because the alternator backfeeds into that and keeps the engine running. So I'm fixing that. Also, one thing that we hadn't done yet, since we got the special door bars and everything, I repainted them to match the painted bars. So got those all painted up finally. So, and then one thing that I forgot to do is get the battery or get the light switch done. Light switch is done. That's gonna be working now. We're pretty much almost there. Got this all painted. Got this all painted in a hammered gray. Got this piece painted. All the little add-on pieces. So we're rocking and rolling. One step closer to Famoso and Hday. So I'm basically gonna call it a night for tonight. Like I said, one thing I didn't mention, I got the new harnesses, the seatbelt harnesses. I got them all sized correctly. So after the paint dries tomorrow, I'm gonna reinstall the seats, reinstall the seat belts because I have them out right now. I finished everything I needed to finish up, at least on some of the engine stuff. So I got the new overflow, I got it plumbed. We checked plugs. So we actually ordered 3 sets of plugs. We ordered some oil, we ordered some filters. Now it's just I gotta go through all my last little checks. Gotta check the oil, check the coolant, check the trans fluid, check the diff fluid, kind of go over everything and make sure it's ready, because I believe Wednesday we're gonna go out and do some test hits. And I'll show that on the next video. But as for now, I'm gonna call it quits tonight. I'll probably show something more tomorrow of changing the wiring and getting that part done. But as for now, I'm done.